Alright, today we're going to Kapalua Bay Villas. So we're coming down Office Road past the Bay Course, which is over here to the left. And we're just going to go right down to the bottom of the road and turn left. Alright, here we are at the new entrance to the Bay Villas. The new entrance is shared with the entrance to the residences at Kapalua. Alright, so we're coming in on the upper level. I kind of think of these as being in two rows, although if you look at the map, that's not entirely accurate. But these upper level units do look out over the roofs of the units that are on the front line. So they have some nice views if you don't mind a little rooftop. So here we are at Bay Villas 28, and we're going down to G3. So we come through the door into the entrance, and it enters right into the dining room, so we'll come back to that. This is the living room area, which, if you've seen other Bay Villa units, this one seems larger than the rest. Now the reason for that is this dining room area. And I'm going to tilt up here a little bit so you can see the old roof line. The roof line and that beam actually used to be outside. So what these folks did was enclose this area, which used to be part of the lanai, and there was a sliding glass door right here, and this was the entryway. And so that gives a lot more space to the interior. So it's a much more comfortable living space. And in the front of the living area, you have this space that goes all the way to the ceiling. This is the original construction. Now, a lot of these units, people have taken and run the floor out so that the ceiling comes right over to these glass windows, and that creates more space in the upstairs. Alright, so I'm going to step through the slider out onto the lanai, and you can see this is a very good sized lanai out here, and it's got a totally decent ocean view. And one of the things that you'll notice is that hedge. And that's actually hiding a pump house right there. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in a little bit, but there's a plan to remove that, and then you can imagine what that's going to do to the ocean view. So moving from the lanai back towards the kitchen, we'll go into this Galley Kitchen. So the kitchen is in good condition, but this is mostly original stuff. The tile is the original tile. The cabinets have all been refinished. The appliances are not new, but they do appear to be in good condition, and they don't appear to be the originals. This is a Gen Air stove. And from the kitchen you can look back out into the living area and catch that ocean view. Alright, so now we're heading upstairs to the master bedroom. In fact, it's the only bedroom. And the master is also larger than other units with this standard floor plan. And the reason for that is actually kind of the same as downstairs. I'm going to tilt up to the roof again. This used to be a covered lanai, and so what these folks did was just take that and enclose it to create some more living space inside the unit. So this is the view from the sitting area in the bedroom. Now to the left side of the bedroom view is your neighbor's living room, and to the right side of your bedroom view are some lanais. And you make this upstairs bedroom area private by moving these soji screens, which then close off and give you some privacy. Now this is your full bath upstairs. So you can see it's got kind of an interesting feature, the way that this tub is sunken, kind of a Japanese style, and you've even got a little bit of a window garden there with plants that will never die. So here's a shot of the sink. There's also a closet in the bathroom that's upstairs. And we're going to skip the downstairs bathroom because the maid is in there cleaning. We're in between back to back. Somebody checked out as I was coming in. And we've got some new people checking in here today. So it's busy time at Kapalua this time of year. So that's about it. One other feature that I would like to point out is the location of this unit, which sits in between these other buildings and is back just a little bit. The benefit to that is that you're protected by the wind. We've got a pretty blustery day with Kona winds today, but back here in this little corner, just a little bit of a breeze, so you've got some nice protection. All in all, it's a very nice unit. Aloha from Kapalua Bay Villas.